Lord have mercy. Another big time college football job surprisingly has come open, and Alabama fans need to prepare themselves because it's coming. Stick around. We'll talk about it. This is Way Offsides. 3, 2, let's go. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome into Way Offside, your favorite source for not just Alabama football information, but college football information. If you're not an Alabama fan, if you're potentially a Michigan fan, an Ohio State fan, and you found yourself here, you found a home. We talk about Alabama a lot, but we talk about you too. We talk about the Big Ten a lot. The Big Ten, the SEC are both the premier athletic conferences in the country. Why wouldn't we, right? If you are an Alabama fan, stick around. I'm going to tell you why this news is relevant to you and why you need to prepare yourself, because it's coming, I'm telling you. But before we get there, leave a big roll tide in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a big thumbs up on this video. Go ahead and hit that notification bell too. You won't miss a thing. Now, what is this breaking news we're speaking of? Well, if you're living under a rock, in the last 30 minutes, Adam Schefter has broken the news that Michigan has fired head coach Sherrone Moore. Now, I'm going to go over the rumors with you, and I want to specify that these are allegations, rumors. We don't know what's going on, but the rumor has been for a couple of weeks that there is a extramarital affair that could have potentially ended up in somebody getting pregnant. I don't know, but if that's the case, he has been let go. Weird coach hire in the first place. I felt like coming off of Harbaugh, but either way, how's this relevant to Alabama? Well, every big job opening that has come open, there's been one guy whose name has been connected to that, and that is head coach Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Kalen DeBoer was obviously most recently, coined by many to be the next head coach, including one Brett McMurphy, to be the next head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. Obviously, that did not happen. Penn State kind of botched the whole thing in their camp, and they're paying for it. They're paying for it big time now after they fired James Franklin. Outside of that, he's been kind of talked about in other circles, and he's going to be talked about in this job big time. And this is, I think, a job that he would potentially consider. Is he going to leave Alabama? I don't think so. I don't think you have anything to worry about, but the purpose of me making this video is to go ahead and tell you the talk is coming. The chatter's coming. The speculations about a plane leaving Tuscaloosa to Ann Arbor are coming. The flight trackers are coming. The Brett McMurphys of the world who want to see Alabama burn, the Matt Moscanos, they're coming out of the woodworks to try to, herald the death of Alabama, because they all, as much as they made fun of Alabama for hiring Kalen DeBoer, they understand, they see the writing on the wall and what we've been talking about, that the longer Kalen DeBoer is at Alabama and the more he's getting his staff, his players, the more lethal Alabama will become down the road. It's going to take some time. They're not quite there yet, but it's coming. And they see that. They understand that this is a really good Division I head coach. And his name's going to be associated with every big-time job that opens up. Now, there's rumors out there that Marcus Freeman might bounce for the NFL. If that happens, you can guarantee his name will be brought up in circles for Notre Dame. Is that a job he would be interested in? You'd have to be an idiot to not be. Have to be an idiot to not be interested in that job. Does that mean he's going to leave Alabama? No, it does not. It does not. Now, there is a potential that Michigan or Notre Dame could go after maybe a Ryan Grubb. I don't think Alabama fans would be as upset about that one right now as they would Kalen DeBoer, but we'll see what happens. The bigger picture here, I think, is the fact that whenever a job comes open, these fan bases, if you look at these message boards and things like that, these fan bases are there's a lot of them that are very much like, you need to go get Kalen DeBoer. And it's just funny to me because these are the same people who were just a few months ago when Alabama made the hire were kind of laughing, making fun of the Tide. And here we are, everybody wanting Kalen DeBoer. Now, do I think Kalen DeBoer is going to leave Alabama? I think you can never say never, right? I think the safe bet is to err on the side of caution. But Do I feel it in my gut? No, I think he stays at Alabama. I think that Kalen DeBoer took this job understanding the task at hand. I think Greg Byrne understood that they had to go get a special breed of human being to come in and replace Nick Saban. And I don't think, a season where he made it to the college football playoff SEC championship game is going to be a failure in his mind, especially with the recruiting classes that he's brought in to Alabama. Now, if I remember correctly, Courtney Morgan does have some ties up there at Michigan. He used to work up there. So that's another tie that you're going to have to listen to, and people are going to talk about that. And again, I'm not speculating that it's happening. This is not a rumor that I'm hearing or something. This is me telling you that this is going to happen so that you can prepare yourself to have to listen to it on social media, because it's coming, especially those of you who watch on X, or formerly known as Twitter. He's a hot commodity. He's going to be a hot commodity because there's only a certain amount of coaches in college football right now who are capable of winning a national championship, and Kalen DeBoer is one of them. Now, we're excluding all the ones that have, but I don't think Ryan Day is going anywhere unless it's the NFL. I don't think Steve Sarkisian's going. He hasn't won one, but I don't think he's going anywhere unless it's the NFL. I don't think Kirby Smart's going anywhere, NFL or not. I think Kirby Smart's got a couple of good years left in him, and then he'll retire early. But I don't think he's going to leave Georgia. He's a Georgia guy. Why would he? So looking at your options across the country, you've got Lane Kiffin. Nobody, half the schools want him. Half the schools don't want to deal with that mess. And you got guys like Dan Lanning, who probably isn't going anywhere because of Nike money. You've got Brent Venables, who potentially could be a target for some of these schools. But then, you've got a bunch of other coaches that just took jobs, a bunch of high profile name guys that were highly coveted. But the one that is still, on the table, or at least in their eyes, is Kalen DeBoer. So what happens remains to be seen. Honestly, it's just a talking point right now, but it's coming. I guarantee you the chatter's already there on social media. I guarantee you that the big names with huge followings that hate Alabama are going to start talking about it as early as tonight. So prepare yourselves. And if you're a D1 head coach, maybe keep it in your pants. Just a thought. Tell me what you think, chat. Let me know down below. Do you think Kalen DeBoer would consider a big job like Notre Dame or Miami, or do you think Alabama is a better job? I think Alabama is a very good job. I don't know that it's better than Michigan because the expectations are so unrealistic in Tuscaloosa. It's a standard that Nick Saban set. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that if you're not competing for national championships in Tuscaloosa, then you're out the door. I think Michigan is kind of like Auburn in a sense that you can be a successful coach there as long as you're beating your rival in Ohio State. Notre Dame is a cult and it's weird, but I think they're probably a program that expects to be competing for a national championship every year, so much so that they don't even want to play in bowl games. So, but could I see him leaving for one of these jobs? Ultimately, I hope not, and no. Do I think he has to consider if either one of them call and offer him an interview? Yeah, I do. Does that mean he's going anywhere? Probably not. So is it time for Jimmy Sexton to get him a raise? Sure, absolutely yes. So let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments below. Don't be shy. Talk to me. As always, say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. We'll see you live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Horns down and roll Tide.